Hi everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I am Rahelia, with NPM 234111051, from the Management Study Program, and on this occasion I will present learning materials for the Tourism Management course, with the topic Tourism in the Perspective and Development of the History of Travel and Tourism. In this video, we'll explore how tourism is more than just a vacation, but also the result of a long historical process involving many aspects of human life, from economics to social, cultural, and environmental aspects. We'll see how travel, once a privilege for a select few, has now become a global necessity, impacting economies and international relations. I hope this material helps us understand that tourism plays a significant role in shaping national identity, opening up economic opportunities, and being part of a historical legacy that continues to thrive today. So, let's learn together and see how tourism has evolved over time. Introduction and general perspectives of tourism. Tourism is one of the most dynamic social, cultural, and economic phenomena in the modern world. This activity is not simply a journey to a destination for a vacation, but also reflects the complex relationships between people, the environment, and economic systems. Broadly speaking, tourism is the result of the interaction of various factors, from the psychological need for rest and new experiences to the economic, social, and even political interests of a country. From a historical perspective, tourism has undergone significant changes over time. In the past, travel was limited to elites such as nobles, large merchants, and religious figures for specific purposes such as trade, pilgrimages, or study. However, with the development of transportation, technological advancements, and increasing social welfare, travel has become a common practice across all social strata. Tourism can also be seen as a reflection of human civilization. When people are able to allocate their time and resources to travel, it indicates an increase in their level of well-being and social stability. Furthermore, tourism serves as an important vehicle for the exchange of cultures and ideas, broadening international understanding, and strengthening international relations. In the context of tourism management, it's important to understand that tourism is more than just travel, but rather a system involving many components, including service providers, tourists, local communities, and governments. All of these components interact to form a dynamic and interdependent tourism ecosystem. By understanding this broad perspective, we can view tourism not only as an entertainment platform but also as a social and economic phenomenon that plays a strategic role in a country's development. Tourism perspective in science studies. Tourism is a multidisciplinary phenomenon that can be understood from various scientific perspectives. Each perspective provides unique and complementary explanations for understanding its role and impact on human life. From an economic perspective, tourism plays a significant role as one of the largest sectors in the global economy. This sector contributes significantly to the gross domestic product, GDP, of many countries and is a major source of foreign exchange. Furthermore, tourism creates a multiplier effect, as the money spent by tourists is enjoyed not only by hotels or travel agents, but also by local communities such as traders, farmers, artisans, and micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs. Thus, tourism can improve community welfare both directly and indirectly. From a socio-cultural perspective, tourism plays a crucial role in bringing together diverse groups of people from diverse backgrounds. Cultural exchanges that occur during tourism activities can enrich insights and foster international tolerance. However, if not managed properly, tourism can also have negative impacts, such as the loss of local values, changes in lifestyles, or even the emergence of social inequality between local residents and tourists. Therefore, it is crucial for every tourist destination to maintain a balance between cultural openness and the preservation of traditional values. From a geographical perspective, tourism highlights the relationship between people and space. Geography helps understand how natural resource potential, topography, climate, and accessibility influence tourist movement patterns. For example, areas with natural beauty, such as mountains or beaches, tend to have high tourist appeal. However, geographical factors also determine a destination's vulnerability to natural disasters or environmental damage. Furthermore, from a psychological perspective, tourism is linked to traveler motivation and behavior. Everyone has different reasons for traveling. Some want a break from their routine, others seek adventure, and still others want to broaden their horizons. The study of tourism psychology helps industry players understand tourists' desires and expectations so they can create more satisfying experiences. From a managerial perspective, tourism is viewed as a system that must be managed professionally. This encompasses destination planning, marketing strategies, human resource management, and customer service. Good management will determine the long-term success of a tourist destination. Stages of development of world and Indonesian tourism history. The history of tourism reflects how humans have evolved in terms of needs, technology, and cultural values. In ancient times, human travel was driven primarily by basic needs such as trade, exploring new territories, or making pilgrimages. The Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks are known as pioneers of long-distance travel. They built roads, ports, and rest stops to facilitate mobility. While their purpose wasn't recreation as it is today, these activities already represent the beginnings of tourism. During the Middle Ages, the motivation for travel shifted to a more religious one. Many people undertook pilgrimages to holy sites such as Mecca, Jerusalem, and Rome. Travel was still difficult during this period due to limited transportation and security threats, but spiritual fervor was the primary driving force for pilgrims. Then, during the Industrial Revolution around the 18th and 19th centuries, the world entered a new era in travel history. Innovations such as the steam engine, trains, and ships made travel faster, cheaper, and more comfortable. The first travel agency, founded by Thomas Cook in England in 1841, marked the beginning of the modern tourism industry. Entering the 20th century, the development of airplanes and the emergence of modern hotels led to a massive increase in tourism. While World War II temporarily hampered tourism growth, it subsequently rebounded rapidly due to the rise of the middle class and increased leisure time. Countries began to view tourism as a strategic sector for economic development. Entering the 21st century, tourism is evolving toward digitalization and sustainability. The emergence of technologies like the internet, social media, and online booking apps is transforming the way travelers plan and experience their trips. Furthermore, new trends such as ecotourism, heritage tourism, and virtual tourism are emerging, emphasizing more personalized and environmentally responsible experiences. In Indonesia, the history of tourism began during the Dutch colonial era. At that time, areas like Bandung and Bali began to be known for their beauty. After independence, the Indonesian government began to seriously develop national tourism. In the 1970s, Bali was designated a prime destination, and since then, Indonesian tourism has grown rapidly. Today, Indonesia boasts a variety of prime destinations, such as Labuan Bajo, Raja Ampat, and Lake Toba, which are world-class tourist attractions. Impact and transformation of travel. Travel has undergone significant transformations over time. While once only a select few had the opportunity to travel, it has now become a global lifestyle. Advances in transportation technology have made distance no longer a barrier. Airplanes, cruise ships, high-speed trains, and even online transportation have made it easier to access various global destinations. Beyond transportation, advances in information technology have also had a significant impact. Tourists can now search, compare, and book destinations simply through their mobile phones. Social media has even transformed the way people choose their destinations, with many traveling for the experience and digital documentation. This phenomenon is called digital tourism, where travel becomes part of their identity and self-expression in the global marketplace. Maya. Modern tourism is no longer just about recreation. Many new types of tourism are emerging, such as educational tourism for cultural learning, medical tourism for healing, adventure tourism for challenges, and even spiritual tourism for the search for meaning in life. This demonstrates that tourism continues to adapt to changing times and human needs. However, this major transformation also brings social and environmental impacts that must be anticipated. The surge in tourism can put pressure on natural resources, increase pollution, and even threaten the authenticity of local cultures. Therefore, the concept of sustainable tourism is crucial, which prioritizes a balance between economic, social, and ecological interests. The success of today's tourism sector is measured not only by the number of tourists visiting, but also by the extent to which the industry is able to provide equitable benefits to local communities and maintain environmental sustainability. This is the primary challenge facing the tourism industry in the future. Conclusion. From all the above discussion, we can conclude that tourism is not simply a travel activity, but a global phenomenon that has evolved alongside human civilization. Every period in history has brought changes that have influenced the way humans travel, from trade and pilgrimages in ancient times to digital and sustainable tourism in the modern era. Understanding the perspectives and history of tourism is crucial for anyone studying tourism management. Understanding how tourism has evolved allows us to better understand its social, cultural, and economic values. By deeply understanding its history and perspectives, we become not only intelligent tourism practitioners but also agents of change capable of creating a more inclusive, meaningful, and sustainable tourism future for generations to come. So, friends, that concludes our discussion on tourism in the perspective and development of the history of travel and tourism. From the explanation above, we can see that tourism has a very long history, starting from trade and pilgrimage activities in ancient times, developing rapidly during the Industrial Revolution, and finally becoming one of the largest economic sectors in the modern world today. We also learned that tourism must be viewed from various perspectives, including economic, social, cultural, and environmental. Understanding these perspectives is crucial for sustainable and responsible tourism management. We hope this material has broadened our understanding of the vital role of tourism in building the economy and strengthening intercultural relations. Thank you for watching this video tutorial until the end. See you in the next lesson, and don't forget to continue supporting Indonesian tourism in a wise and sustainable manner. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.